Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me for this week's Soulmate Oracle reading. Okay, for those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Anne Elizabeth and I give general love readings focusing on divine partners, and that includes all soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, karmic connections, past life connections, anybody that has a spiritual love meaning with you, or maybe you don't have that. Maybe it's just a love relationship that you're involved in. So if you've landed on this reading video, this reading was sent to you. So I advise you to watch the reading from the beginning to the end, and hopefully it should resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, take what does and just leave what doesn't. It happens to all of us. But I find sometimes that when I come back to a reading video that maybe I'm not in the mode to really listen, I'm not tuning in, maybe I'm closed-minded for some reason, maybe there's a lot of things going on like now during the holidays that I revisit when I'm more at myself, more grounded. So maybe you might want to just come back if you're feeling like there's something there coming to you, but you're not getting it right away. It happens to all of us. Messages come throughout like so many different ways, and it's hard to determine exactly when that message is going to come in. We all like to look at love because love is the center of our heart. Love is truly deep, and it controls a lot of our ways, our behavior. Everything's about love. And especially now during the holiday season, if you're not celebrating, you're still feeling something emotionally. You know, there's something going on. And many of us is going through the, oh, I have to get it done because next week is Christmas and I need to get everything together. Oh my gosh. I mean, we're all feeling it. We're all trying to make it happen. And maybe you're just starting out. Maybe you're just trying. You know, this week we're going to be having a full moon, and it's right around the winter solstice. It's interesting. Winter solstice is on the 21st and the full moon is on the 22nd, but you can feel the effects 3 days prior, the full moon, with whenever it's about to become full. So you may be feeling more emotional because it's going to be in Cancer. So Cancer does signify a lot of emotions and drawn out feelings that may just be coming about, so be prepared, especially with the winter solstice, one of my favorite times of the year. Some of you are experiencing summer solstice, and lucky you guys. But right now we're going to be talking more about the winter solstice because that's where I'm at. And basically winter solstice is about the beginning of a new sun, the beginning of change. And because it happens right before the end of the year, it all signifies celebration of the new light. I love it. And if you notice, sometimes when it's a sunny day in a winter, like December, dead of winter, I should say, you notice the sun seems to be so much brighter and you get more excited because there is a new beginning. There's a new arising about to happen. There's a new change about to happen, and you can feel it. Sometimes it's not like right away. It's not something you can just see, but you feel it. You can feel something is happening, and that's why the holiday season has so much meaning for so many different people, different cultures, different backgrounds, religions. I'm not going to go into that, but I'm just trying to give you like a general idea of what to feel, what not to feel. And basically you don't want to feel sad. You want to rejoice. You want to feel happy, and especially because we're coming into the new year, 2019, which is going to be amazing. And I know a lot of people look at 2018, it better be 2019 better be better. I mean, I hear this all the time. And you know what? 2018, maybe if wasn't exactly what you planned it to be, but you know what? It was still good. You have to look at everything as positive. Positive energy brings in positive energy. You know what? 2019 is going to be even more amazing. 2018 was great, but 2019 is going to be extraordinary amazing. So that's the way you need to look at it. That's the way I look at it. And keep planning, keep putting those thoughts, those plans, those agendas together, because I find that really generates our energy spirit to move forward. You can have a spiritual planner. You can have a journal for what you're going to be doing for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year. And you know what? Just keep jotting it down. We got to be consistent with this stuff, especially now coming up with, 2019. Vision boards. Vision boards are wonderful. I'm starting a new vision board. And you know what? Every time you start a new vision board, you have new visions, because those visions may have happened that you planned out for them to be in the past, but you know what? maybe not exactly in a physical form, but it inspired you. See, it's all inspiration, you know, one thing after another. And maybe you inspired others as well. So try to be a light, not only for yourself, but for the people around you. I'm going to say the truth. It is an energy exchange, just like what I do for you guys. You know, I do this directly for you guys. I mean, I love you all. I thank you all for supporting me and all the likes, the comments, the shares, and, you know, everyone who's reached out to me in the past. It's truly a blessing to me, and I can't believe that I'm here. I'm still here. I'm glad I'm here. I'm available for you guys, and I want to be all I can be for everyone, and I plan to do more, and I have so many plans, and I want you guys all to be a part of it. I'm going to share as much as I can. I want to do more live videos, live stream on all my social media sites. It's just that so much I can do, you know, with everything going on, because, you know, like, it is like a 24-hour period. We can do anything, right? And most of that time we're sleeping. Well, part of it anyways. I will be posting more blog articles. I'm taking a little break because I haven't really had the time to, actually. As you can see, I've been decorating, and this is my Serenity room. And as you can see, I've got a little smaller Christmas tree on the side. I could show it to you later. But what I'm trying to do here is trying to embrace the holidays, you know, whatever that may be for you. Celebrate it in the light. Celebrate it with, you know, there's so much giving. There's so much gratitude. There's so much going on in the month of December. It is a very spiritual month. We got Winter Solstice. So, you know what? Take a piece that, you know, like resonates with you and use it. Seriously, use it. It's all about love. It's all about giving and receiving. Giving and receiving. Like I said, it's a positive energy exchange, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So without further delay, let's begin the reading. Okay, I have meditated and shuffled the cards, asking the angels, the spirit guides higher above, on what we need to know for this upcoming week and what we need to know in order to avoid obstacles that may be on our path. Now, the cards that I've used today were the very beautiful Whispers of Love Oracle cards for attracting more love into your life, because basically holidays, as I mentioned before, is all about love. It's a perfect deck. The deck is made by Angela Hartfield, and the artwork is by the very talented Josephine Wall. Okay, so these two cards are basically the Divine Masculine, and these are the Divine Feminine. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, why do I separate the two? Because basically we have that inside of us, and I just want to give a little explanation, because I've been asked this quite a few times. We have Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine inside of us. So we sometimes lean towards the Divine Masculine, lean towards the Divine Feminine, and vice versa with our soul partner. Sometimes they are the Divine Feminine, and sometimes they are Divine Masculine. So whatever calls out to you, whatever that may be, sometimes you are the Divine Feminine, and that person is a Divine Masculine. Now, the two of you cannot be the same at one time. Basically, you'll see a pattern that'll go on. So just giving you like a quick understanding on what that means. Okay, so the first card that I pulled, be authentic to who you are. And a very beautiful card. As you can see, there's a woman here with a swan, and it's like she's looking for herself. She's trying to seek out where she is, and she's trying to come out and shine. As you can see, this beautiful swan is crowning her head. There's another woman that is right here. It seems like she's afraid. She's not completely out, and actually this woman is the same person. As you can see, there's another young man here, and there's a butterfly. It's all representing there's so much life inside of us that we don't really like explore our options in general, and we don't shine the light that is inside of us. Okay, so the card, as it says here, you are asked to be real and true, pertaining to who you are and how you feel. Okay, Divine Masculine here. Now, you may be finding that you're going through a difficult time. I mean, Divine Masculine right now knows that they're not being who they are supposed to be. They are not authentic. They are not true to themselves. They are constantly running, many times running from something that they don't even know what they're running from an emotion, running from a feeling, running from something that just scares them, and they just do not want to look at what that is, because they're not being authentic to who they are. You may be finding yourself right now in a place where, am I supposed to be going down this path? Am I doing the right thing in my life? Or is there something else for me? Am I misleading myself? No, you're not misleading yourself. You need to explore all options, as I mentioned before, because if you don't explore who you truly are, and that's experimenting, that's looking at different sides of the coin of what you feel inside your heart, what you need to do. Sometimes you're doing something because you've been programmed to be doing this all these years, all these months, that maybe you'll seem inappropriate. Maybe you won't be the person you're truly meant to be. This is what your divine partner sees. This is who the person that you're portraying that other people see. Maybe you're not in a relationship. Maybe you've been through a relationship that went through a lot of difficult changes and explored a lot of different areas where you were not happy with what happened, that you've closed that door, that you're not letting yourself shine. You're not being that person that you can be to give the love that you have. Also, you can be involved in a relationship that you're finding that this person is not being authentic because they're not exploring who they are. And trying to get that person to see things is not going to make them see things. But instead, if you show who you truly are, this might entice that person. This might just make that person see that they need to be who they are. Sometimes acting silly, I know it sounds crazy, sometimes acting a little, not bizarre, but more of like not the ordinary, like what you normally would do. Maybe you're very conservative, maybe you're just very reserved, and that's fine. Hey, I'm like that too at times. But sometimes you have to live a little. You have to be fun. You have to explore that part of you. I mean, I'm just giving you an example. I don't know exactly your situation, and these cards that I pull out are not necessarily meant to tell you what to do. And I've always mentioned these cards are to help guide you, to guide you into the direction that you need to take for your highest good, whatever messages that you give, that you're getting, that you're feeling. And you may be giving messages to others. So then maybe there's a message out there for you to give somebody that this card is telling them they need to be authentic to who they are. Maybe your friend is going through something. Like I said, these cards will come out in a pattern that you say, you know what, I know that it's for this person, or if it's, something I need to look at, whatever that may be, take what it is and just use it to your highest good. Okay, so let's go to the next card. Okay, look at your pattern in relationships. And very beautiful, as you can see. The artwork is incredible. It's just so beautiful. The more you look at it, the more you can get like deeper messages. I find that I do. I can see some, like you can see right here, there's just like a little harp here. She's like about to play, or she is playing, or she's just looking at her pattern. Okay, we're going to read the card here. Okay, it requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Yes, okay. Divine Masculine is definitely looking at their pattern in relationships because they are not authentic. They are not being who they need to be. And this can cause a problem when it comes to finding true love, true emotion, true destiny with someone. You can't find love if you're going through the same pattern over and over. And I see this a lot. I mean, I help a lot of people through their relationships, but if they're not willing to help themselves and they just keep going right back into a new relationship and it's the same pattern over and over, guys, you have to look at the pattern. Maybe you're putting too much pressure on that person, or maybe you're putting too much effort. That you don't need to do that, because remember, regardless of whatever relationship it is supposed to be 50-50. If you're putting 75 and they're putting 25, or vice versa, it's a relationship that needs to change. It's the pattern that you're going through, because it's never going to work if you're putting 75, 80% into this relationship and they're not. Maybe because you've become codependent, that you feel like this person needs that. You need to have this person in your life, so you're going to push more and more and more. And it's going to be like you're going to follow this person everywhere they go, social media, whatever they need in their life. I mean, whatever it is, I mean, that's fine when you're in a relationship, providing that they give back to you the same quality of energy. Because if you're just doing all the work, you're not going to get as much back, and you're going to feel very discouraged. Your heart is going to hurt. Your heart will hurt, I will say, because you will feel like if you give up or if you get discouraged, it's never going to happen. You don't call the shots on the relationship, and neither do they. You know, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, husband or wife, whatever, they are not in charge. It's the relationship in general that needs to manifest. It's the relationship in general that needs to connect. Regardless if it's a deep spiritual relationship or just a relationship that you're dating with, that you want to find somebody, and maybe this is something new. Maybe this is a brand new relationship, or maybe not even a relationship. Maybe you're just dating this person because you're attracted to this person, or you have a crush on this person. This person is coming towards you, that you feel good. But guess what? You're texting them, you're calling them, you're trying to get in touch with her or him all the time, making sure that they don't forget about you because you're there. They did not even show you that they were forgetting about you, but you already assumed. And when you assume, you automatically put that energy towards, I'm going to make sure that they see me, and on their text is, you know, my text is going to make them call me or make them see that I'm still here. That's not going to work. I hate to tell you this, but that is a pattern that maybe you've been to in the past, and you're bringing it into this relationship, but instead give that person a chance. I always say, walk slowly. You know, it's kind of like when you're walking inside a swimming pool. You know, when you're walking inside a swimming pool, you know, it's a nice hot sunny day, and I wish it was like that today. Some of you are experiencing that, and good for you. But anyways, the point is that you're walking in that swimming pool, and maybe you've swam and you know the water and you love swimming, but every time you get in that water, you have to walk slowly. Unless you like diving in and freezing. I know I don't, but I'm giving the example as walking in slowly so that you can get adjusted to the temperature. That's what I like to do, because if it's, you know, extremely hot outside and you go into a freezing or nice cold ice pool of water, you're going to get a shock, and you're going to find that you're going to get right out of there. Well, that's the relationship itself. You know, what could have been a beautiful relationship, you've done things that you should have looked at, that you don't have to do that. Just because that happened in the past, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen today. So taking it slower, looking at the pattern of your relationships, because this card is telling you that it wasn't right in the past, that it's there to teach you. Divine Masculine is starting to see things at their pattern. Now, if you're going through a relationship right now and they seem to be cold or distant, and they seem to not want to communicate because they have their own little, you know, I mean, sometimes people just want to be alone, or they just want to be in solitude, and, you know, you keep on trying to get in touch. Is everything okay? Are you fine? Are you all right? That kind of does more damage sometimes than actually giving to that person, because they're just reflecting all their anger, and especially now, you know, when we're coming now to the end of the year and the holiday season, and like I mentioned before, you know, the full moon in Cancer can bring a lot of emotions. So have in mind that if you're trying to get in touch with someone, or you're apart from someone, don't put that energy out there that you have to find out if everything is okay, or if you need to, because remember, emotionally, you are looking at the pattern in your past. You have to look at the pattern. You can't go back to it, and vice versa for them as well. If they're not putting that energy out there towards you, then maybe it's a time to take a step back. Maybe it's a time to, maybe this person is not truly who you thought this person was. I mean, everything can mean a lot of things in your situation, and I'm not here to tell you to stay, to not stay. It's all about what you get, as I mentioned before. Okay, so let's go to the next card, Divine Feminine. Okay, Spiritual Connection. I love this card. I love when I get this card. It's one of my favorites. As you can see, it's just a beautiful castle on top of her, and it seems like she's just looking into a beautiful water with a stream with a couple. You can see the couple. I like to look at the pictures because I get messages. That's why I'm looking at the pictures. Instead of me just gazing into it, and you can just look with me. Maybe you're going to get something. And as you can see, they're walking through a maze, and it looks like they have a couple of lions there. I mean, if we can get that clear. Lions or some kind of animals. I can't really see it too well. And it's a spiritual connection. You see the hands joining. Beautiful. Very beautiful. I love it. It's just gorgeous. And you can see the lovely couple underneath. Yes, because spiritual connections don't necessarily mean that they're only about finding your soulmate. You know, finding your soulmate is wonderful, but when you find yourself in a spiritual connection, it is incredible how the energy just manifests, okay? So as it says, the relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. And past lives. There could be a past life energy that you're seeing here. A past life that you are experiencing. This could be a direct message to you that you're involved in a spiritual connection, yes, because you're feeling it. You sense it. You know it. And I have several articles about soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, karmic connections, past life connections, and all different types of divine soulmates. Mainly because we have spiritual connections with people. And not everyone is a spiritual connection, unfortunately. Sometimes you're involved in a relationship and it could be karmic. You know the difference, and I'm not going to go into that because I've been asked so many times, is this my karmic flame? Is this my karmic person that I'm supposed to learn from? Listen, I can't tell you that. Only you can define that. And you would know what I'm talking about when you do define that, because spiritual connections are mainly people that we are connected to from another dimension, another side, another realm. We may have several past lives, and it doesn't necessarily have to be twin flame. We have past life connections sometimes with people that don't necessarily have to be a relationship. We feel something for that person. That could have been our son or our daughter or our mother in another life. You know, like there's different aspects when it comes to soul connections. So you may be feeling drawn to that person like if they were your child, but they're not your child. They could be your best friend, and you feel like you always have to nurture that person. I find this with a lot of people. But you have to remember, whatever your situation is, you're getting a spiritual connection, and you need to follow it. Divine Feminine here is mainly sensing that there is a spiritual connection. Though the Divine Feminine hasn't awakened completely, just like there's something there that Divine Feminine needs to look at. And awakenings happen with many different types of relationships. We can awaken with one person, okay, very early on and say, wow, I went through awakening. That's not it. That's not the only awakening. Awakenings happen a lot. I mean, I'm not going to say it's every day like the way you awaken from a sleep, but you got the idea. You know, waking up every morning is something that we all do. We also have many spiritual awakenings. It usually comes in a time when our life has changed, when something huge has happened. Maybe you've, changed your environment. You've moved into a different place, and you find that you're meeting different people, but you're also getting more in tune with spirituality, and maybe a different type of spirituality that you've never seen things the way it was before. Maybe you're becoming more health conscious. You basically are now seeing things a lot clearer, where you're saying, what am I doing? That's an awakening. When you find somebody, you meet somebody, maybe you do those things, okay? Maybe you do smoke, maybe you do drink, maybe you do party, or you do things that you shouldn't be, and you know, oh, I need to lose weight and I need to follow more about healthy guidelines. You meet someone. That person is a gym rat. That person loves to work out, eats healthy. Maybe he's a vegetarian or even vegan. That person inspires you. And you know what? You say, this is what I need to do. That's awakening. And then you find that you become everything that they are. That's an awakening. People are sent to us for a specific reason. That's my point. You have to understand that awakenings will happen, and people are sent to us to help us awaken. So we can hear what that is, what we need to do in order to get that. I mean, sometimes it doesn't feel like we are supposed to awaken just yet, and maybe we feel like we have to wait a while before we can make those changes in our life. Whatever the case may be, this is a spiritual connection that is in your life, and this relationship is telling you there's something more beyond it. Maybe you're scared to explore it. Sometimes we get involved with someone and we say, oh my gosh, this is just too extreme. I can't do this. And you start running. I see this runner and chaser stages. You are the runner and they're the chaser. They're trying to get close to you, though you want them to get close to you, but you're scared to death. And you know what? You end up finding yourself going back into that mode where you don't feel awakened anymore. You don't feel anything because it's not your time. This is where you have to look at what is in front of you and know that this is a spiritual connection. Maybe you're apart from this person. And maybe this person, you're wondering, does this person really care? Or does this person really have feelings, if this is a spiritual connection? Well, you have to look at, there's something more beyond it if you're still feeling something with this person and it's been X amount of months or X amount of years, because that just doesn't go on if you don't have a spiritual connection. Look at the signs. You're saying certain numbers, 1111, 222. You know, these numbers can come up randomly. Like I talked about before, you see, you know, feathers. You see their name plastered on a billboard. You're getting dreams. They're coming up. In a sense, when you're talking to someone, you just hear their name being called out inside of you. Certain songs come up. I mean, there are so many different areas that this happens where you're going to get signs. Maybe this reading is telling you something. There's a spiritual connection. You shouldn't let go of it. You know, it's like telling you, I shouldn't let go. Or maybe you should examine it a little bit further. Don't run away from that person, because maybe that person has something for you. You know, and as many of you know, my situation, you can read about it. It's on my YouTube. I have a video. It's also on my blogs, and if you're subscribed to my newsletter, I do include a little link to my story with my husband and I on how we went through this. And I was a runner, so I knew about spiritual connections. I knew about twin flames, about soulmates, but I had the experience, and so I don't want to go into what my situation was. But just to give you an example, you never know that spiritual connection is there until you explore it, and don't be afraid of it. Sometimes it's better to just explore it so you can know, okay? So I know I went a little long on that card, but I felt so many messages. Okay, so the next card, okay. Act as if your partner is here. Very interesting, beautiful card. Love this card with all these different colors of purple, blue, turquoise, pink, green, just it goes on. Okay. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you so you will always consider them. Okay. So, as I was mentioning before about the spiritual connection, you have to act as if that partner, that person, I should say, is next to you. Not giving up because you're apart from that person. Maybe that person is just temporarily out of the country, or that person is just temporarily, not available right now for whatever reason. You need to act like if that person is with you, celebrating the moment. Perfect time, celebrating the light, celebrating with beautiful lights in your home. I love lights. I love LED. I love all the little lights that come through my home. And as many of you know, it's good to celebrate this. However, candles. I love candlelight. Candlelights are beautiful. Celebrate the light because it lives inside of you. And I always talk about this, and as many of you watch my other videos, I talk about living the life with love because that's the way to go. Also on my social media sites like Instagram, I do talk about go with love and light, because when you go with love and light, you're feeling what is inside of you, and that's what you need to do in order for your partner, your divine partner, to feel it. Sometimes we can send off energy to that person when we really want that person to feel the love. Now, I'm not saying it's a magical thing. I'm not telling you you can do this to everyone, but yes, meditation and prayer and just giving in, surrendering can help with releasing whatever you may have and giving it to God, giving it to the higher above, whoever you pray to, letting go of the fear of, like this person is never going to come back, or this person is never going to see me, or am I ever going to find a person in my life to fulfill my needs? Well, the answer is that yes, you will find it. However you find it, it may be with that person or it may not be with that person. But whatever the case is, you need to act as if that person or that energy of that person is with you. I mean, you can't literally go and talk to that person, looking at that person and visualizing, but you can feel it inside your spirit. You can feel the moment that the love is there. You can feel it surrounding you. When you're alone, close your eyes. Think about a beautiful light. Think about the light that lives inside of you. Think about the light that you're sharing with that person, and just give into it. Give into it. Sometimes you'll feel emotional. Sometimes you'll cry. Sometimes you will laugh. However the emotions come through, they're purging. You need to release it, because when your partner is with you, when your divine partner, your soulmate, your twin flame, whatever resonates with you, whatever the partner that you're involved with, you can feel the energy because the light is inside of you. And that, like I said, we go with love, because that's what the base of our souls are, is love and light. And now is a perfect time. It's a celebrational time. That's the main reason why we celebrate the holidays during winter solstice or summer solstice. Summer solstice is something else, but it's very similar because it's coming to an end, but it's also going to become to a beginning as well. So because it's a celebrational time for us up in this part of the world, we celebrate with light, we celebrate with love, and we give cheer, and we give gratitude at the same time. And like I said about Thanksgiving, remember, gratitude is universal, just like the holidays. The holidays doesn't necessarily have to be one specific type of way of celebrating. You know, I like to celebrate Christmas, and a lot of you do, and maybe a lot of you don't, and that's fine. You know what? We can all still celebrate love, and a new year is coming up, so we can all celebrate coming to a beautiful 2019. And if you're watching this video and it's not the same year, or it's the year after, or it's not the same time. I'm sorry, I'm losing my words. It's not the same time. It was a reading sent to you. So remember, because it came to you the way it did, it was something for you to understand. Take the messages as they come, okay? So I hope that this reading resonated with you. I hope you enjoyed it. There was a lot of messages that came through, and I felt that it's touching certain people. And maybe it didn't match up with some of the cards, but I just felt it, and I went a little longer on a couple of cards because I felt like I needed to relay those messages. Okay, so sometimes it's good to write them down so that you can have them for later. If they didn't resonate with you right away, you might see them throughout the week, maybe the following week, however they come to you. It is a message, okay? And if you'd like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer phone, chat, and email readings. The links are down below in the description area. I do have other videos that are talking about soulmates, twin flames, divine partners on my YouTube and Facebook channel. So you may want to visit those videos in order to get a better understanding on your situation, because everybody is different, everybody is unique, and maybe you know someone that could benefit from this reading video as well. Please share. Like I said, I want to get the energy out there for everyone, and it's like I said, it's a positive energy exchange. I love helping everybody. Okay, so I think that's it. Oh, one more thing. If many of you want to follow me on social media, I do have the links down in the description area as well, because a lot of you have been asking me, how do I find you on Instagram? How do I find you on YouTube, Facebook, all of these different sites? Okay, I'm on all of them. I'm pretty much active on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Once a week on YouTube. I like to get more active, but you can see the links down below in the description area. And basically what I do is I try to post a video every week on my YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll probably be best in order to get the reading videos sent to your inbox on a weekly basis. Also on Instagram, I do post every day, and Facebook as well. And I'd like for us to all get together and reach out to each other, because that's basically what social media is all about, getting to know one another, because I think it's great. I think it's incredible. I love it. And if you have any questions, please post them down in the comments area. I can't answer people with their specific questions in the comments area. I do have a link down below that you can get a free one question if I can connect to your situation. Many times I can, and it's hard for me. I read over it, like I said before. And if I can't, I apologize, because I get so many of them that I try my best to answer as many as I can, but providing I have the time. And it could take up to a week or two before I do get to your question, because sometimes they get shuffled with all the other emails, as we all have it, you know. So I would like to help you as much as I can, as I mentioned before. So I think that's it for now. I hope you guys are, like I said, I hope you guys have plans and, doing the holiday thing, getting out there, doing the things that you love to do before the end of the year. Also, spending with friends and family, and just, getting out there. Okay, so until next time, God be with you all. Namaste.